Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Art of Relationship show. And we're going to have a variety, potpourri show, if you will, today. Going to be talking about animal lovers hooked up, or is it possible to be hooked up with animal haters? Going to be talking about social media and the effects it has on relationships. And also, you know what? We're going to talk about boner pills, right? How many are for them, don't care about them, don't want their man to use them, or demand that their man use them. So don't go anywhere. We're going to have a very interesting show for you today. So please don't go anywhere. We're going to kick off the Art of Relationship show right after the intro. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Art of Relationship show. As always, I am your host, Greg Dudzinski. I'm a fully licensed professional counselor here in Metro Detroit, okay? Go Lions and Tigers, woohoo! So, I've been doing this, fully licensed, like I said, professional counselor. It'll be 23 years coming up in August. I have a lot of grief, a lot of trauma experience as well. Outside of being a relationship and sex specialist as well, okay? So I actually do this, a lot of school behind me, but not only that, I want to help people, okay? I want to help people have a lot better relationship or marriage than they do now, or help people heal from affairs, and yes, it is possible, very much so possible. So I want people to be able to look at what they can do to heal, what they can do to be a better partner, and what they can stop doing to be a better partner for the relationship, at the same time promoting self-love and self-respect. As always, check out my website, okay, for more information, theartofrelationships.org. Check it out, and please like, subscribe, follow me at LoveGuruGreg, okay? And join the live chat down below, people. Hey, Chad, what's happening? I appreciate you tuning in. Like everybody else, join the live Q&A down below in the chat, wherever you're, watching the show, listening to it. And please share it on your timeline, your page, wherever you're viewing it. I want to try to help as many people out there as possible. Like I tell people every episode, right? That's my passion. I hate broken hearts. People, your heart, your souls get ripped out. So I want to help as many people out there, if possible, to be able to, hit what's going on, okay? So please share the episode on your timeline or your page, wherever you're viewing it from. And I want to help as many people out there as possible. So, variety show today, as I mentioned right before the intro, going to be talking about, can animal lovers work with animal haters? I have a theory about that myself. Social media cheating, or the problems it creates, right, with couples and marriages if you are allowing it to. And also, going to be talking about boner pills, right? The male enhancement, right? How many people, with all the programs out there now, all the .coms out there, the stores, places of business, excuse me, out there, offering them up to men, how many women out there are maybe offended if their man takes a boner pill, right? Viagra, Cialis, the generic is out there now, right? How many people look at, oh, you're not a man if you need that? There's a difference, and we all know there's a lot of younger adults out there, early 20s, they don't need them, not at all, but they take them. So we have to look at the health risk out there as well, increased heart rate, blood pressure. Some people have a hard time, they can't take them because they might have high blood pressure already. So, not only that, we're getting to the stigma about those, and we'll get into that later on, okay? So, how many people think an animal lover, I'm an animal lover, my lady's an animal lover as well, maybe not as much as me, I don't know, but I have a zoo in the basement, so I'm a huge animal lover. And I don't know if I could, be with somebody that was not or hated animals, right? And we know some people out there, they love animals, they're great, but they have severe allergies to them. That's why, we have what, total of 3 dogs, have a bunch of lizards, tortoises, turtles. So I'm a huge animal fan, lover out there. But because of allergies out there, some people, a cat loves their cat, whatever, but they can't be with a lady or a man because they're allergic to their cat. And I'm not giving up my, my animal for anybody else. So I'd love to chime in down below. Have you given up your animal for somebody else? And how did that work out for you? And a lot of people will look at, I'm not giving up my pet for so-and-so, or, oh, you love your pet more than me. And I look at it as it's not a competition, okay? A lot of people view that like, it's a bad thing that they didn't give up their pet for you or whatever, and it hurts. I get that. It hurts. But is that more, hey, I get it, I understand that, but some people that are animal haters, they can't understand that. How can you value your animal? How can you, understand or value your pet over somebody else, a person? And some people out there, we all know, right? We might value a lot of animals over certain people, right? Hey, Ehab, my buddy, what's going on? How's Cairo doing over there? Hopefully, Cairo, Egypt, hopefully the tensions are not mounting over there, or it isn't really affecting Egypt too much over there. So I appreciate you tuning in, Ehab. Peace and love as always. And yes, we need to do another episode about cultural love differences, if you will, cultural dating differences, if there are any. It might be more out in the open here in Western civilization, here in the States, here in America, United States, Canada, that type of situation might be more open in the public's eye, if you will. But some things as we know in Muslim and, Middle Eastern and Egypt culture might be more behind closed doors. So it's been a long time. So we need to do that episode again. So, and how many people out there, going back to the subject about the animal lovers, yeah, my friend across the ocean, yes. So looking at, if you're an animal fan, how do you justify to somebody else, oh, I'm not giving up my animal. I'm not giving up my dog, my cat, my whatever. Birds, everybody, guinea pigs, whatever. I told you, I have a bunch of lizard species, rare lizard species, couple turtles, tortoises, you name it. Hobby plus breeding experience, whatever. And, we have 3 dogs combined. So we look at, how would that work for you? And I want to hear some comments down below, people. Have you ever given up your pet for a love interest, moving in together, or, getting married? Has there been regrets? Not only that, have you also been, the person that hates animals, don't like animals, or has maybe severe allergies, and you expected that person to give up their animal, dog, cat, whatever, bird, for you to prove their love for you? And it's very difficult because we get in that competition, right? I'm not giving up my animal is not as important to humans. And, we could look at who the president is now, and I might beg to differ. So we'd be able to look at, you just heard my view, right? But you look at, is it a right or wrong, or is it just different? And it's hard when you start feeling, are you valued over somebody else? It's like when some person breaks up and starts dating somebody else, we start looking at the same thing of the situation, right? Oh, that person might be better than me. I'm not good enough. I'm not love enough. No, it's just different. That people might want different things. That doesn't make that person a bad person. That doesn't make them evil because they don't want to give up their animal for you, or, let's face it, or you demand or request that they give up their pet or animal for you. And that's what my professional take is, right? I look at a lot of stuff. There are right and wrongs, cheating, rape, murder. We know that. Abuse, verbally, physically, emotional abuse. So there are things that are definitive, right, wrong, those type of things, right? But when it comes into, one person chooses an animal, say, over another, is it right or wrong? Or is it just a situation to where, it's just different? That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Not at all. Told you, I'm compassionate. A lot of empathy. I'm direct as well. And I'm funny. I love joking around too, being a smart ass. So, but a lot of people, when it comes to this, you're able to look at, the hurt is there and it's real. I'm never going to tell you that hurt should not be there or you shouldn't be hurt. No, that isn't what I'm saying. That's normal to be hurt. But that's where I want you to be able to look at, you know what? Hey, they want something different. It hurts. I get it. But that's where you have to get in a situation. And when you have two people, say they fall in love and they're dating for a while, and then the animal hater, well, we love each other. You should give up your animal. Well, we love each other. You should be okay with me keeping the animal. You get me? So that's where I look at the situation and what is, what works for you, what doesn't. Sarah Jones, hey, what's happening? What's going on, okay? I miss you too. Why haven't you come in anymore to Coney Island? You know what? Where are you at? Where are you working? I'll have to come in for breakfast. I don't know if you're in the same spot or not. We'll have to come in breakfast and chill out a little bit, okay? So, oh, you're back at Martin's now? They let you back. Oh, no. I know. I haven't been in there. They got probably some Coney giving Martin's a plug here on 10 and Lasher in Southfield. It's a Coney Island, but they got great food, man. It doesn't matter, breakfast, lunch, whatever, dinner. They got phenomenal food. I tell people it's not even Coney food. It's like a family restaurant, right? So, Greg is our family there. I haven't been in there in a little bit. I haven't been going in there as much lately. Not that I don't want to. I just haven't been. So anyways, now that's a plug. Now, again, check out my website, people, theartofrelationships.org. Check that out. And to be able to look, follow me, at LoveGuruGreg. Follow me, YouTube. You can check out all the show episodes. Probably be the easiest, but I'm all over the place as you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're at. Gigi, what's happening? So, okay, let's see. I'm 23 and struggle getting it up for my girlfriend. And I was just getting ready to get into that, right? Now, I look at when somebody, 23, young, right? A lot of people will look at, oh, you're 23, testosterone should be all over, should be all up high. It might not be. So my suggestion is I look at, is there nervousness, sexual anxiety, performance anxiety, is that part of it? But I also look at, it's a rare case, but it could happen where even being 23, testosterone levels can be very low, non-existent, okay? So I look at, I would recommend blood work, and I know doctors, your doctor is probably going to look at you sideways, but tell them, you know what, I heard it from me, Greg, that he recommended getting blood work and getting testosterone checked too. I know it's embarrassing, it's not easy, that type of situation. So that's where I look at, what is going on. Oh, blood work was normal. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're already ahead of me. You know what, Chad? I give you props, man. I would want to know that they check testosterone levels, okay? So I look at it, could be performance anxiety. Am I going to last long enough? Am I going to, last too long? Am I going to be big enough, hard enough? All this situation. And I actually did an episode on that. So check that out on YouTube. Probably be the easiest, at LoveGuruGreg on YouTube. You can check it out. And I talked about men, having a lot of anxiety and, with performance, and a lot of insecurities coming around, sex and everything. So, what do you do to look at, the normals between what is average? Like, the average man, lasts before they come, before they reach orgasm is 2.5 to 5 minutes. That's average. And a lot of women, oh, hell no, my man lasts all night. But I'm going to get into, the boner pills and all that later on, okay? So I'm glad. I give you a lot of props because I know it's not easy checking, hey, doc, you know what, I'm having this issue and wondering what's going on. But I would definitely wonder if your doctor did check for testosterone. Because even though they do blood work, sometimes they're going to ignore that and not do testosterone because of your age, number one. And also, sometimes insurance companies will not pay for the testosterone portion to be done. And I get on a soapbox about, I'm not a big fan of insurance companies. So sometimes they won't cover it, but then the doctor should try to get it covered, okay? Explanations of what's happening. I know it's embarrassing, but at least, if they do run the testosterone, they check what's going on, okay? So that's where I would look at what's happening at. Oh, you have, no issues handling your business alone? Then that's good. And that's another question. I was just going to get into that or ask, if people are able to self-pleasure, men, women, whatever, and there's no issues. That sort of rules out any medical issues going on. So I'm glad you brought that up. No, that's a great example. So I would look at more, maybe anxiety, fears, insecurities, that type of situation. And to be able to, talk with your girlfriend openly, hey, you know what, I want to make sure I'm good and all this stuff. And hopefully she is understanding, and it's not all about her, right? Some people will belittle, degrade when it comes into challenges related to, intimacy and sexual performance. So I want people to be able to work and talk with each other, absolutely, instead of being able to, bash each other and, degrade each other. I'm not about that at all, okay? So I don't want that at all. So, again, remember, share the episode on your page, timeline, and also I'm pointing down early to join the chat down below. I appreciate it. That's a great question, and, it comes up a lot, believe it or not, and I've worked with people, men of all ages, 22, 23, 25, that they never thought about it. And I had to sort of call their doctor and sort of beg them to test for testosterone and find out it's almost non-existent. And the doctor's shocked. I said, there's always exceptions to the rules, always exceptions to what research and what, statistical aspect always looks like that, okay? So my girlfriend always hits me. What should I do about that? Well, you need to tell her to stop, okay? I look at it, even if it's playful, your girlfriend's playful, that type of situation, even if you don't like it, tell her to stop. Hey, you know what? Please stop. And if don't stop, you need to be firmer. I told you, stop, please. You're being disrespectful. And if it does, and if it's, out of anger, rage, that type of situation, then I'm going to look at, I'm going to suggest your girlfriend get help with the counselor for those issues. Or my situation, if that doesn't change, she doesn't want to get help and it doesn't change, or, let's face it, my question is, Why would you want to remain in that situation? I'm putting my hands up. That doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean that is, that's where, let's be real. It's not easy at all, right? But I love her. I love him. I hear it a lot, okay? And that's where I never condone hitting, pushing, not at all. I never condone any form of physical violence, abuse. One-off situations might happen. One person cheats and then gets slapped. Do I promote that? No. Do I understand it? Yes. But that's where you look at, she hit me once when I couldn't pay the check. Well, that situation doesn't give her a right to hit you, period, okay? So I would look at what is causing you to remain in that relationship. Number one question, probably the first one, like I said earlier, is she willing to get help for that? Or does she justify and condone that she has a right to hit you? Meaning, well, you pissed me off, you embarrassed me, you did. But, paying the check one time, I would look at, were you able to talk about it openly and honestly? Hey, you know what, I can't pay the check. Do you have us tonight? I'll have us another time. That way I want you to not put her on the spot, number one, right? And that it's more open and honest before you do stuff, because she could be assuming something, you're assuming something, and I get it might be embarrassing, hard to talk about, but that needs to come out. And that's part of, when I talk about being able to talk about anything and everything, no matter if it hurts your, hurts your feelings or pisses each other off, to do that. So, no, I appreciate that. The check came, and then I broke the news to her. I get you, man. It's not, but I give you props, you should have communicated to let her know. And believe me, you're not the only one that comes up in session all the time, okay? But yeah, I'm all about trying to avoid it. Hey, babe, I know, I'm embarrassed. I don't have the money to pay this. I don't have the money to go out tonight. I'm all about that, okay? So that's where those situations need to happen. Now, girlfriend always wants to cuddle, but I tell her I'd rather play video games. Is that normal? Now, you know what? There's a give and take, right? You have to look at what your individual time looks like. Alone, individual, do your own thing with friends, maybe alone, like playing video games. And also, what does quality time look like for both of you? One person wants an hour alone a week. I was just talking to a new couple yesterday about this. One person wants an hour alone a week. The other one wants 20 hours alone a week, right? Neither one is wrong. It's just totally different. So you have to look at what are you doing to make your girlfriend feel important, a priority in the relationship, a priority, but also have time enough to play video games, hang out with friends, that type of situation. Hopefully that helps, okay? So you need to talk about those expectations. Hey, Marie, hey, appreciate you tuning in. And everybody else, a huge, huge thank you for tuning in to the Art of Relationships show, okay? So you look at, what goes on, what happens in those situations. Everybody talks about communication, right? Everybody knows how important it is, but I go after, what actually is the problem with communication. I'm afraid to hurt my girlfriend, my boyfriend's feelings, my husband, wife, whatever. I'm afraid they're going to get pissed off. They're going to get defensive. I can't talk to them. So I look at the root of the communication when it comes into this situation. And going back to, like we talked about, animal lovers with someone that hates animals, it's, are you communicate, hey, just let you know I'm not giving up my animal. Oh, just let you know I hate animals, but I love you. Now what do we do? It's like that one thing, is that love good enough? And you assume, right? Let's face it, we're assuming, oh, the other one will have no problem giving up their animal, their pet. or the other one's assuming, oh, they're going to be okay if I don't give up their pet. And it's not a right or wrong. Like I said, I know a lot of people will disagree with me. That's fine, whatever, right? But you look at it, we don't decide who is, how do you decide what's more important? You get me? Or it's just you want a different lifestyle. So that's where you have to look at what is happening and what is going on in that relationship about communication. And that's, you need to talk to your girlfriend, especially, like I said, when you're plan on going out and you don't have money. I swallow our pride and ego. Hey, babe, you know what? I don't have the money to do this, man. Why can we cook inside or just chill out or do something that's cheaper or do something that's free, So, but I get that. It's embarrassing. It's not easy. But that's where I want people to be open and honest. And that doesn't mean you're less of a man, less of a woman, that type of situations, okay? So that's where that type of situation has to happen, okay? Now, going into, hey, Houston, going into social media, and this is a big debate. And I did a whole episode on this, so check that out on YouTube as well, okay, at LoveGuruGreg. So looking at, social media looks at, oh, if it wasn't for social media, my person wouldn't have cheated. I'm like, what? Social media is just another outlet to cheat, right? Grab attention, that type of situation. But it's not social media that's causing it. It's your person. You get me? Let's plain and simple. Because it makes it easier. Let's be real. Trying to DM, private message somebody and going back and forth. But people could do that in public no matter what, asking for a number. Oh, are you involved? Are you married? No, I'm not married. You get me? No, I'm not involved with anybody. So it's not social media. It's not you met at a bar, restaurant, a club. You met at the zoo. You met at a fundraiser. You met wherever. So I look at, with social media the same way, that it's not social media, it's how you use it. Makes it easier, right? But that's where I want people to be able to look at and understand. They bash social media, they bash social, and it's not, I'm using social media now. So social media can be a great tool to help people. That's why I'm doing the show, right? So that's where I want people to understand, what's happening, what's going on. It's the person. It's not the social media that causes people to cheat. It's people, plain and simple. Now you look at why would that person want to cheat? Doesn't justify or condone it. Not at all. And I do a lot of episodes on affairs, healing from affairs and stuff too. But again, it's how you use it. And what are you doing to not entertain other people to be tempted? You get me? So you have to look at what's going on with your relationship and where that common courtesy and mutual respect for one another is. And would you want to be with somebody that doesn't have that common courtesy, mutual respect that you're looking for? Now, if people, look at, well, I don't feel loved, desired, it's been going on forever and ever, and they cheat, I understand that. I get that. That doesn't justify it. But then you need to be able to talk with your person about that, okay? You need to look at, and are you able to get out of that situation? And it's not easy, especially if you're married and kids, finances. I'm a realist, okay? Now you have to look at what happens and what goes on in those situations. Okay, let's see. Keep your questions coming. I'll do the best I can to answer them. How to tell my boyfriend that he can't make me finish? Nice choice. I love that word, make you finish. I don't want to hurt his feelings, though. And this is a great... over the years, like I said, I've been working with couples, fully licensed professional counselor, like I said, couples, intimacy for almost 23 years now. And I get that. A lot of women don't want to hurt their boyfriend or husband's feelings, piss them off, the male ego and pride. You know what? And that's where I tell the difference between a boy and a man, right? A man wants to know. Let's be real. A man wants to know, or even a good dude, a good boyfriend, right? I would hope he'd want to know because, right, most men want to please their lady. Let's be real. I want to please my lady, absolutely. So I would speak from the heart. Hey, you know what? I would love it if you did this. I'd love it. You know, I haven't finished. And people that known me forever, doing the show, whatever, I never, ever promote a woman faking their orgasm. I joke around and say a guy can fake it out. No, I'm teasing. But looking at, I never, ever want a woman to fake their orgasm because, let's face it, right? It doesn't serve a purpose. Some women, I'm tired, I want to stop. Then say, hey, I'm tired, I'm just not going to get there today, tonight, whatever, right? I'm not going to get there this time. But I would talk to your boyfriend and say, hey, you know what, I'd love us to be closer, have more satisfying sex life, and these are things you can do, okay? There's a book, maybe Ian should give me commission. Ian Kerner, you know, She Comes First is a great book. It's more centered towards, you know, oral pleasing. It's more towards pleasing that way. Emily Nagoski, Come As You Are is another good book, another good resource. There's a bunch of them out there, but are you able to teach your boyfriend what works for you? What turns you on? If it's oral pleasing, if it's hands, fingers, toys, that type of situation. More foreplay. Does your boyfriend know about the importance of foreplay, that women are not going to come as quick as men? Most cases, there's always exceptions, right? So you look at, are you able to educate and teach him and speak from the heart, you know, speak from the care. Hey, I love you. I want us to be closer. I want us to be better. Don't get into ripping him apart, bashing, belittling him. No, okay? But I would speak from the heart. And if he doesn't care and he's more worried about his ego and pride, now I'm going to be telling you, maybe he's not the boyfriend for you. I'm open, I'm honest about that, okay? Because I ask people if they don't care or trying to work on being better partners, better lovers, better sexually, better able to please, you know, trying to work on that. Is that always possible? No. But most of the time, a lot of times it is. So that's where I look at, if they don't care, my question is, why would you want to be with him or be with her? I want to look at, you know, the root underneath that. Is it fear, insecurity? You know, they're afraid to look at it. But if it comes down to they're not willing to do anything about it or improve or evolve to please you more in the bedroom, countertop, wherever, then my question is, you know what? Why would you want to be with that type of partner? I'm honest, okay? I told you I can be direct, but I actually care. I actually give a shit. So talk with him. Speak from the heart. Speak from a place of trying to teach him, and hopefully things go well, okay? And I'm here. Reach out. Check out my website. Like I said, anything I can do to help out my, you know, website, again, theartofrelationships.org. So check that out, okay? And I'm looking at other questions coming up, okay? Oh, that's what I've been doing lately. I don't want to offend her. Oh, no, that's good. I give you props. So, no, I don't want anyone to offend anybody, but let's be real. We can be very considerate, compassionate, speak from the heart and the pain. Hey, I don't feel pleased by you in the bedroom, right? And, oh, my God, and they still could flip shit. They could still get defensive. They still could get pissed off. And, oh, yeah, and they start, well, you don't please me, and they go sideways, right? But that's where I want the emotional maturity. Hey, I want us to be better. I love you. I'd love us to be better. I'd love, you know, our sex life to be better. And your partner, right? Hey, that'd be great. I would love that. What can we do? What can I do? Right? That would be phenomenal, okay? So that's where I want couples to be at. And that doesn't mean, oh, for us to be better, we need to have a threesome. No, you have a right to say, no, that's not going to work for me. You get me? So I never, every episode I say, I don't want people to sell out the essence of who you are. Meaning, I don't want people to, if they're polyamorous, right? And their partner is monogamous, chances are that's not going to work. You get me? Or one person wants an open relationship and the other one wants monogamy. That's not going to work. And I don't want people to sell out the essence of who they are, to sell themselves out to be something they're not. Okay? So, and that's hard. It's not easy. And then all kind of problems. Resentment's going to build for yourself, for your partner, and it's not a good situation, okay, to be in. So, looking at, talking about boner pills, right? Viagra, Cialis, the generic, I can't even think, Sildenafil and Tridafil is Cialis, I believe. I should know this, right? I just, even with certain, SSRIs, depression, anxiety meds, type of situation, right? I still, the generic name, I'm so out of clue with the brand names, I should say. I'm so out of clue with the generic jerk names. I might have clients, so yeah, I'm on this. I'm like, what is that? Is that, Paxil, Zoloft, Celexa, Wellbutrin? I'm like, trying to get the brand name. I need to educate myself more on generics, okay? So that's where I look at those type of situations, and I want people to look at, with the boner pills, right? With the Viagra, Cialis. Number one, is it needed? Is it, something happened. But anyways, TikTok, I apologize. So that's where I want people to understand that, what's happening, what's going on. Hold on a sec. Oh, sorry, TikTok. I lost you. I don't know what happened, if I hit something by accident and ended the stream. So I apologize. I'm just getting ready to finish up. So, number one, are they necessary? Sometimes they can help people last longer. Absolutely, okay? Again, I just lost the latest episode, so I don't know what happened if I hit a button on my phone or whatever with TikTok, so I deeply apologize, people. And I will post the recorded version. Yeah, I'm back too. I appreciate it, Chad. Houston, I appreciate it. So I apologize for that. I think I accidentally ended it, so my bad. But I will post, I always post the recorded version of the episode. I post it on, TikTok and everywhere else. So it'll be on there because I know hey, what's up? So I know the recorded version of the lives, they don't get shown on TikTok. They go away for whatever reason. But I will post the recorded episodes so you can share it. I appreciate it, okay? So now you look at what is happening, what's going on. Now I look at, with the boner pills and all this stuff, Cialis, Viagra. Number one, is it actually needed? Sometimes they can help for early ejaculation, right? They can make you last longer, help with that situation. But again, have you tried other things? Have you tried Kegel? Some people, Kegel exercises to help strengthen for men, right? Is there blood work being done if there's erection challenges? So I look at, is it needed, or are you just trying to be a stud puppet and you don't really need it? There's other things that can be done. Because I don't want health issues down the road. Like I mentioned at the very beginning of the show, blood pressure issues, racing hearts, some congestion, the side effects, congestion, maybe headache, those type of situations. So I don't want those in place. So you really got to look at, do your research, talk to your doctor, urologist, those type of situations. And I want to look at even the women out there. Are you embarrassed if your man uses a boner? I call it a boner pill, right? A male enhancement. If they use Viagra, Cialis, a ED med. There we go. Are you okay with it? Do you want them to use it? Or are you like, oh, you need that, so I'm not attracted. You need to take this to be hard for me. And it might not have anything to do with you. And that's where you look at, we talked earlier, is it performance anxiety for him? Is he nervous that he's not going to be good enough? He's going to not last long enough? Those type of situations. And that's where I want couples to be able to have that, that closeness, that connection where you can talk about this stuff without feeling embarrassed, without feeling, going sideways, okay? So I'm going to say goodbye. I appreciate everybody tuning back in. Like I said, I lost you for a little bit. I will post the episode right after I get it set. Again, the show's never edited, I don't do that, okay? So I upload it as soon as I'm able to download it. I'll upload it, and then you can check it out, okay? Thank you so much. Woo! I love the lively conversation today, so I appreciate thank you so much for tuning in, okay, and joining. Check out theartofrelationships.org is my website, okay? Follow me, like me all over the place at LoveGuruGreg. And like I said, every episode, the easiest way to find us is under at LoveGuruGreg on YouTube. Check it out. Follow me, subscribe. I'd be so flattered. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much. I'm very, very flattered, very humbled again that you took the time to watch, to check in, okay? Again, you can catch the Art of Relationships show live every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern time, right here, okay? Peace and love, everybody. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.